Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Earth. Unfortunately, our planet didn't make the list of the solar system's ringed worlds. If it had, would it still be capable of supporting life? Today, we're exploring what would happen if Earth had rings like Saturn. When Earth was in its infancy, it most likely possessed a ring of rocky debris surrounding it. Approximately 4.5 billion years ago, another planetary body called Theia collided with our world. The massive impact sent a ring of material into Earth's orbit. But it didn't stay that way for long. The rocky debris soon formed into another celestial body, the one we now call the Moon. Having planetary rings visible in the sky would look far more spectacular than just one gray rock, right? Maybe. But if our planet suddenly acquired beautiful rings like these tomorrow, much of life on Earth might not survive the transformation. It wouldn't necessarily take another collision to create rings around Earth. We could simply break up the Moon. And for that, we'd only need to move it a bit closer. The gravitational pull that our planet exerts on the Moon isn't equal everywhere. It's much stronger on the side facing us. There's a limit to how close celestial bodies can get to each other. It's called the Roche limit. If they approach any closer than that threshold, the larger body tears the smaller one apart. The distance of this limit depends on the size, mass, and density of both objects. For example, the Sun destroys comets that come within 1.3 million kilometers. Earth will shred an average-sized comet from roughly 18,000 kilometers away. For the Moon, the Roche limit would be about 9,500 kilometers. The rings we'd get from something the Moon's size would be approximately 5,000 kilometers wide and around 9.5 kilometers thick. But unlike Saturn's icy rings, ours would be composed entirely of rock. Earth is just too close to the Sun to keep the debris frozen. Looking up at the sky, you'd be able to see these rings from Earth at all times. Because of the ring's brightness, the Moon wouldn't appear as bright anymore, that is. If we still had the Moon, if the Moon broke apart and became our rings, there'd be nothing else up there to observe. And there would be other significant consequences. The rings suddenly surrounding Earth would disrupt the internal navigation systems of many animals. If not enough direct sunlight was penetrating through the rings, they would also affect photosynthesis and our oxygen supply. In the shadow of the rings, with no sunlight reaching the surface, temperatures would drop so drastically that it would make the shadowed areas of Earth nearly uninhabitable. Communication satellites, typically positioned around Earth's equator, would find themselves right in the middle of a rock storm. We'd need to find another way to keep the internet running if we wanted to keep posting selfies on a ringed Earth. We'd be better off in a scenario where Earth has always been like this. Provided we didn't lose sunlight and oxygen, we'd have evolved just fine. But we'd have to develop other methods of communication, since we wouldn't be able to send satellites into an orbit full of rocks. Space would never become our final frontier. The rocky rings around the planet would be a kind of orbital barrier, keeping us all grounded. And just like Saturn's rings, Earth's rings wouldn't last forever. One day they'd start to age and fall from the sky. Make sure to wear a helmet. Don't forget to look up and enjoy the show. If the multiverse is real, there might be a ringed Earth somewhere out there, with people wondering what it would be like to live on a planet with no rings. But we'll leave that story for another time. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating what-if scenarios, exploring the mysteries of our universe.